Right, so, yes, Darren Aronofsky, who I still can't do it.
No, it doesn't matter. Darren, Big D.
And starring Natalie Portman as the titular aristocratic fowl.
Titular.
Right. Now, when I was 17... That's not what I meant to do. When I was 17 and kind of just discovering that I perhaps watch and care about more movie-related things than the average person probably should, I had three things, and you knew me when I was 17.
Yes.
So I had three things I used to go on and on about, right? Number one, that he who must not be named, the Dark Lord himself, is a terrible filmmaker. That was my number one thing, yeah? And I maintain that he is, and since then he's gone on to make War of the Worlds and that Indiana Jones movie that everyone hates. So, you know,
Indiana Jones Raiders the Last Fridge.
Number two, that Kate Winslet was the best actress currently working.
He did say that a lot, and he was very happy when she won the Oscar.
And she won the Oscar, right. Number three was that how great Natalie Portman was, right? And now Natalie Portman widely tipped to win Best Actress at this year's Oscars for her performance in Black Swan. Yeah. Black Swan. So obviously, what I'm saying now will come true in 5 years, everybody. So listen up, right? Now, let's start with Darren Aronofsky. I've had an odd relationship with, not like personally, I don't know him, I'm a little cretin that talks about him on the air, but I really didn't like him. I didn't like The Fountain, I didn't like Requiem the Dream. I thought they were pretentious and dull and cruel, actually. I think they're quite cruel movies that don't like their characters, they just like to show off. But then he made The Wrestler, which I absolutely loved, and Mickey Rourke delivering one of the best performances of all time in, just hit the microphone. With my wafting hand.
His hand is getting worse. It flies around the studio.
So the first thing to say is that this is new, and this is so new movie Black Swan, which is one of those most conventional things, a psychological thriller set in the world of ballet. Now, essentially, it tells the story of a ballet dancer named Nina, played by Natalie Portman, played very well by Natalie Portman. I will add at this point. Who gets the role of the Swan Queen in Swan Lake. Even I've heard of Swan Lake, and I know nothing about ballet whatsoever. And the film is about her attempting to take this role on that she's never taken. She's kind of reached a point in her life where she either nails the role or she fades into obscurity, and she's got to play, the essential thing is she's got to be able to play, now I don't know ballet, but she has to play the white swan for most of the thing, which is the virginal, lovely, nice creature, and the black swan, which is this sort of evil doppelganger temptress who at some point tempts the king to sin or whatever. So it's essentially about her getting into this role and losing herself in it and having to come to grips with all sides of her personality and things. Now, critics, I've read a few reviews of this, are lining up to name the films that this thing's riffing off, which I've come up with. It's The Red Shoes meets Persona meets All About Eve meets David Cronenberg's The Fly. Right, but so I don't think that's actually very helpful to do that. So let me try and explain what they mean by that. Well, it starts off being a sort of behind-the-scenes ballet movie, sort of old-fashioned musical almost, where you see the...
This is not just tap.
No, not like a documentary. Like you've seen a musical where it's essentially about putting on a show, and you see.
Yes.
Yeah, and you see the
Fame-esque.
You see them being cut. Yeah, I'll do Fame. Yeah, and the director will come in and he'll be all domineering.
Yes.
I will cast you in the role and all this sort. It's that stuff.
Yeah. And you see,
there's backstage tensions because everyone wants the main role, and there's an overbearing director, etc., etc.
Cabaret.
And then the film, as it gets more about her getting to grips with this role, essentially morphs into a strange horror movie almost.
Yeah.
She starts seeing doppelgangers of herself, or is she? Maybe she's not. And then people are maybe plotting against her, or are they? Is it just in her mind, that sort of thing? And she starts hallucinating, and she starts imagining her own body kind of falling apart in it, and she has this very strange yet slightly intoxicating rivalry with Mila Kunis, who plays this character called Lee. Now, all right, here we go. 5 years' time, Mila Kunis, Best Actor winner. She's great in this. I mean, Natalie Portman's also great in it.
Shut up,
but now
Meg.
everyone's caught up. So Mila Kunis wins the Best Actor in 5 years. It's 2011. 2016. Let's see what happens and play this back.
I could give you that one. That will
right.
happen.
So it starts as a
air.
musical. At some point, it becomes a horror film, and is also a sort of psycho thriller drama thing. Right. So it seems to me what Aronofsky. I've done it. It's just a Darren bit. Aronofsky.
Yeah.
Right. What Aronofsky has done is gone, let's see how many different types of movie I can put in this film about ballet.
Does seem a bit schizophrenic.
Let's mix it all together in a great big fondue melting pot, and you dip your bread in it and see what it's like. And so what's the end result? It's a film you can swim along with to go, oh, this is fun, I'm enjoying this. It's it's fun and it's engaging and it's dark and it's gloomy and it's mad and it's balmy. It is fruitier than a fruit salad served with a side of fruit in a melon bowl. And
it appears to take on, from looking at it, it looks like it's a standard, like you say,
Yeah.
famous
Yeah.
behind-the-scenes look at, and then at some point just goes mental.
and it does go mental. So what people are going to do, I think, is because they hear all these references to Bergman movies and stuff, is they'll walk into the film and go, right, so I'm watching the woman slowly morph into a swan, quite literally.
Yes.
I'm not being...
No.
There's a, I'm not going to spoil anything, but, that's one of the themes of the movie, that she's actually
can break
becoming,
a man's arm with her beak.
Not far off. And I'm going to watch, all this doppelganger stuff and this weird imagery, and of course the obligatory protracted lesbian scene.
Yes.
As you've got to put in an art movie.
The
And what
first
you're
time I
gonna
heard of this film was the Daily Mail on their website going, "Oh, lesbians! Oh, Mila Kunis!"
You've got, I mean,
Whoa.
David Lynch, Mulholland Drive. Have you seen Mulholland Drive?
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Mulholland Drive, very quickly?
Can you explain this look that I'm giving
Sort of
you?
bemused, will do. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
just like I've opened the
you've gotta
fridge
have
and I've seen two rabbits
You've
in
got to
there.
have a protracted lesbian scene. That's how it works. You've got to have it. So go along, enjoy yourself. It's really good fun. It isn't The Wrestler.
No.
It isn't The Wrestler by far, but The Wrestler was extraordinary, so that's fine. And there are moments where I think the old Aronofsky is coming through. Particularly, there's a domineering mother character in it, and the way he treats her is very Requiem for a Dream-esque. So you'd probably like it.
Yes.
And of course, Winona Ryder's in it. Hello.
Excuse me,
You didn't have to crackle about that. It's only Winona Ryder. And she
You said
turns up
Winona Ryder, and I suddenly started
attempts
locking
to
everything.
stab Natalie Portman, or does she?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I saw that bit in the trailer.
Yeah.
I thought it was Natalie Portman.
No. Or is it? It could be.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you've done it. That's it, you see.